Meme troll. They wrote some stuff on
leeching. That's what leeching is.
The purpose of this video is to kind of explain how the brain boss's HP works. So, from what I know and a few other people know, is that the brain boss starts at about 30,000 HP. Then, every cycle, his HP gets cut in half for 7 cycles. On the 8th cycle, he stops halving his HP, and he'll be at about 234 HP. So at that point, you have to start damaging the boss to kill it. So what I'm going to show here is I'm going to go through 8 cycles, and then after the 8 cycles, I'm going to shoot the brain 10 times with the laser. The laser has to make full contact to deal the full damage, but 10 lasers should kill it. So after I prove that, I'm going to load up the save again, because I'm using a game saver, and I'm going to do a bunch of cycles. I'm going to do like, I don't know, I'm going to do like 45 minutes of cycles, I think. And then I'm going to shoot the brain. And if he dies in the same amount of shots as I did before, that'll prove that Triforce's theory that every time you select an orb it deals 1% damage is wrong.
Starts at 30,000 points. Each cycle it gets cut in half until it reaches about 200 HP, and then the leeching begins. To do the cycle twice, you get to do it in normal, and then you also get to do it in hard. Keep that in mind, right? That's why you were able to beat the game in under 2 hours. But we're not even gonna go there, right? If you put your character to the end of the screen and hold on a tape fire button, there's no way for you to be able to get the eyes. You have to manually shoot the eye with the skill. You have to aim, see the eye, bam, shoot it. That's a skill. That's a skill. You have to get the eye first. And if you do it wrong, you end up hitting something else. You hit something else, that thing can kill you, not give you enough free. And like you said, you just said it. Let me read your own statement right here. The brain starts at 30k health, and each cycle the health gets cut in half until it reaches 200 health points. So you're missing your time because his health is decreasing. What did you say about forward progression? The boss is dying, right? Oh, that's right. That's forward progression. The boss is dying. It's one thing if the boss isn't dying. Then you're right. Then it's not forward progression, because nothing's happening other than you collecting points. So there is a forward progression in the game. The boss is dying. You said it yourself. You and I both know this. And the other 2 Contra experts who know how to get the 999, we know that. So we said, so there has to be a form of forward progression. So here's the rules on leeching in Twin Galaxies. Leeching in Twin Galaxies is leaving your game unattended while you can gain points with no threat of danger to your life, no forward progression in the game. That's leeching. The skill, I have the skill trick shot to get the eye, and I only have a certain amount of cycle reps before the boss gets to its death. And you do know when you shoot and activate one of the eyes or any of the pieces of the boss takes a 1% health damage. So eventually you're going to get to the point where when you shoot the eye and the eye comes up, the boss dies. So there is forward progression.
Now, I gave him a chance for defense because I'm unbiased for the sake of the Twin Galaxies database and following the rules. For 2 whole minutes, as he explained, the boss takes 1% damage when you attack the orbs that spin around the boss. Isaiah, and as he claims, Twin Galaxies has said, which I found no mention of this from them at all, that this is considered forward progression of the game. It's not, and I think that was a lie. As you saw at the beginning of the video, uploaded by the Drifter18, who was actually at Games Done Quick, and as you see on screen, I'm going to make a visual example with this image, so first let's remove the background so not to be distracted. The claim is, shooting these orbs while they spin cause 1% damage to the main boss. Well, I can tell you this is not true. There is scientific evidence of which Isaiah has constantly harassed me for, which I already gave him. Anyhow, another video done by another Contra 3 player, which was given to me by Drifter, which is also in the Contra 3 dispute on TG, which shows the RAM address in detail as well as the health going down. In short, really informative, and Drifter told me this as I watched it.
The way the brain boss works is it starts at 30,000 HP or 30,002 HP, and every cycle it'll cut its HP in half and round down for 8 cycles. After the 8th cycle, it'll keep its HP at 134.
So once it reaches 200 HP, it doesn't decrease anymore. And at that point, you have to leech the fight in order to get any score. And the eyeballs do no damage to it whatsoever. And that's what you showed in your video, correct?
Correct, yeah. Triforce claims that selecting those orbs deals 1% damage to the brain, and that's not true. It doesn't. Well, I guess technically, for the first 8 cycles, when you're choosing orbs, it is progressing the game. So, yeah. But after the 8th cycle, there's no more progression after that, unless you're damaging the boss. So,
now, what, like, 8 cycles could be the legit thing to where you could leech those 8 because it's forward progression, but after that, anything after that is leeching? Is that how that works?
it'd be leeching if you're not damaging the boss. Like, I have a video where I show that I'm doing one shot for damage.
750.
Right. So I have a video where I shoot the boss at least once per cycle, and I killed him in 14 minutes into the fight. And I only scored about 2.3 million points, so... and I had 500,000 points going into stage 6, so that's about 2 million, was it 700,000 points? So maybe you could get 6 million total if you did normal then hard.
That's what I've been thinking, at max maybe 5 to 6 mil. I don't think you could go even into 7 mil because there's no area to where you could leech heavily enough to do that. That's within the rules of TG at the very least. Now, if there was no rules, yeah, you could easily get 9 mil. That's a different story, though.
Yeah. And
it's dropped right now to 468 with 8 changes. So I'm guessing this is the last cycle where
that's the last cycle, yeah. After that, it won't cut its HP down anymore, and it won't start losing health at all unless you damage the brain directly.
Alright, so here's that part. 234 is the exact number. And then he just shot the orb and it did nothing.
Yep.
So the actual boss itself is not dying anymore. So his claim is that, yeah, if you shoot the eye orbs or whatever that are a part of the boss, that the boss is taking hits and it is forward progression, and that's TG's word. So my idea is this. I think he's just lying about talking to TG about all this shit. I don't think TG even has a clue as to what kind of things he's been saying on his own channel. Because as Jace Hall had said from his own mouth at one point or another, that he doesn't even like Triforce, and he told people to avoid him. So I don't know what the deal is, why he thinks that he should speak highly of Jace Hall when, you know, he's speaking of Twin Galaxies and lying about what Walter Day has said. You know, I think what he said about Walter Day is a lie. That's just my take.
Yeah, I don't know. That whole referee verification thing needs to go away because there's no accountability really, and especially for a record that old, like you can't verify it. There's only like 2 people that know how it was done, and after many years you probably forget how it was done, right?
Yeah.
So like, shouldn't there be some,
even if it was written video down to 1 HP? I kind of like that, and then he shoots directly at the eye through one of the orbs.
Right. So that's proof that...
yeah, he got it down to 1, shot the orb, and then, you know, it stuns, it opens up its eye, and he just shoots the eye of the main boss. So,
yep.
The orbs do no damage to the boss whatsoever. This is the proof, and here's the value of that.
If you got proof that there's 1% damage happening, I'd love to see it. People are already saying that this is clear evidence.
Yeah, this is more than enough evidence to proclaim that his little 1% deal is kind of a joke. Even if this is like 2 days late after this upload, you know, this is more than enough information to clarify that even though he's admitted to leeching, this is beyond excessive leeching, because my calculations were, and I told you, in order to get to 5 million from normal mode boss would take 22 minutes and would require you to kill about 800 eye orbs. Not the roulette ones, the ones that spawn out of the boss. About 800 plus maybe 850 just to reach 5 mil, and then to cycle into the next progression and then do another 22 minutes on the final boss. Because on average, how much points would you say that you could get, the highest you could get at the final boss? 600k?
About that, yeah.
About a mil. at most. If
Yeah.
you're, if would you be able to get a mill if you pushed, like really hard?
If you leached real hard, yeah. Because there's really not a lot of points prior to stage 6. Like the most points you get is from pretty much the bosses. They're the most points. All the other enemies are worth like 1,000 points or less. The eyeball orbs are like 5,000 points.
So if we did
You kill 10 of
600k and we did 5 mil minus 600k, that's 4.4 mil, and that would take 800 eye orbs because each eye orb is 5,000. Is that the amount that they're worth?
Something like, yeah, it's right around there. I believe it's something, you'd have to get like 200 something 1-ups to get
I did look
a
at the
max
comment
score.
section during the entire live stream, and I did notice that all of his fans and everybody were just trashing you, and they were saying, "Oh, you should drift away," and like, I'm like, dude.
Yeah, I just ignored all of that. I never responded to any of it.
How about just like show scientific evidence instead of acting like an ass?
That'd be nice. That's all I did.
Yeah.
That's why I came in there and I tried to explain things, and he said I was an idiot, basically. I didn't know what I was talking about. We've known about this for a while. Nobody really cared.
Who are these 2 Contra experts that he mentioned? Because I'd love to speak to them. And he's protecting.
I don't know.
Are they invisible?
Probably PJ. Probably PJ might be one of them, but he doesn't really play the game anymore, and he doesn't care. He only posted one thing in the dispute, I think, right? And then he was like, this is all I'm going to do. This is the only post he's going to post, and then he said he was done. And he pretty much goes over how Triforce confronted him and tried to get their scores grandfathered in, and PJ said he didn't think it was legit, so he didn't go ahead with it. And yeah.
When did they try to grandfather it?
Many, many years ago, like when before the first dispute happened.
Well, TG's never been popular until recent days. It wouldn't be popular if Billy Mitchell and Todd Rogers weren't implementing shit into it.
Right.
People kind of knew about Twin Galaxies for years. Years. You knew about it. I kind of knew about it. I actually read about it in gamer magazines. I kind of knew. I'm not that old. I'm about 30. So there's no excuse to why I don't know any of this information. I might sound young, but I actually know a lot of shit. I know how to build websites from a fucking piece of paper. You'd be surprised. I could edit videos to a professional level. I could work IT jobs. I'm too intelligent. I don't have to do YouTube videos. I do this for fun. And to see people getting attacked with scientific evidence to back up what they're saying, hey, look, you can't leech this boss. This is excessive leeching. This is not forward progression. And here's the information. And his only defense is, let me use an illogical fallacy to fight a logical fallacy.
Right. Yeah, you need proof to back up your claims.
Yeah. So
don't just make accusations and stuff
yell
like
at
that.
people and threaten them over, I don't know what, a fucking video game record?
Right?
I still laugh about that even now. Well, anyway, thank you for coming on. I appreciate you talking to me.
No problem. Have a good day.
Alright, so I do apologize for the little bit of swearing that there was while I was having a simple conversation with him while watching that video. I tend to do that often. But anyway, let's jump into the Drifters video, where he's actually gone through 40 whole cycles, waited, and did the same amount of damage, and I'm going to count them on screen sped up. And this is going to be the last part of the video.
So, I'm starting at this queen boss here, just so you can see that I'm going to start the brain boss from the beginning, okay? Okay. So as soon as the brain spawns in, I'll pause and make a save. Okay. I'll pause it right here. Now make a save. So now I can load from this spot. It'll be the beginning of the fight. Alright? So I'm going to shoot 8 orbs in a row. Try not to die. I'm gonna go with the stone orb if I can get it every time. It's the easiest one to not die on. Okay. It's 1, 2. In case you're wondering why I'm surviving, is because your hitbox becomes your elbow when you're laying flat. Three. Okay, 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. So after the next cycle, I can do 10 laser shots and the brain should die. Okay, 8 cycles. So next cycle, start damaging. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, so what you just saw was him going through the boss. He went through 8 cycles, and then he pulled out the laser, shot the boss 10 times with the laser, which caused 234 damage, which was enough to kill the boss. Now, he's going to go again, and instead of doing 8 to 9 cycles, like you just saw, he did the 9th one to open up the boss's eyes so he could hit him, obviously. He's going to try to do 40, or more, as many as he can, and then shoot the eye boss again. And if it takes less than 10, then this means that Square Johns is lying, or he doesn't know anything about the game's code that would, indicate a 1% towards the boss's HP. So, with this all in mind, I'm now going to play the audio and video clip that Drifter gave me, that he did for me, just to show me that, on actual hardware, that is not possible. So we're going to play that back, and I'm going to speed it up so that way it'll go through every cycle, and you can count them on screen. I'm going to speed it up as quick as possible, so that way you guys understand. And when he goes to shoot, after as many iterations and cycles as he's done, I would say about 40. If that doesn't kill in less than 10 laser shots, then Isaiah's theory is completely trashed.
Those 10 fucking shots to kill him, right? So now, we loaded up the save from the beginning of this fight again. Okay? So now I'm going to do a bunch of cycles in a row. Put on my timer. Okay? I'll start the timer from the beginning of the cycle, alright? Yep. Damn. Okay. Well, they gotta do this all over again. Fuck me. Alright. So close, too. Damn it. Three. Shit. Six. Nine. Ten. 19. Maybe we'll do 40 cycles. Should be enough, right? 21. Shit. 22. Damn. Fuck. 23. This orb sucks so much. So hard to dodge. So by Triforce's logic, this is dealing 32% damage, right? Isn't that what that means? I don't know. I'd have to do this 100 times basically to kill it. lost count. Where am I at? I think I'm at like 33. Six. $37. Oh shit. Is it 37, right? 37? We're up to 40, right? 40 cycles. Be 40% damage according to Triforce. So if he dies in the same amount of hits as I did at the first 8 cycles, that doesn't make sense. It's 39. Okay. After this cycle, it'll start damaging him. What do you want? Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See? Same amount of times.
Well, there's the proof that he should be banned from Twin Galaxies for full well knowing that this is excessive leeching by using his best friend who is biased and the only one to see him do this record, with no video at all to review. Lance and Square both knew that this record was in fact fake and against the rules, and they input it in anyway. Basically inputting false information into Twin Galaxies database on purpose, which is a bannable offense. Lastly, before I end the video, Square broke 2 more rules on Twin Galaxies. He admitted to paying a referee thanks to the information from Patrick Patterson, and finally, silencing people outside of Twin Galaxies that are trying to help adjudicate, as he threatened my life, and filed a false DMCA against my video, and even gloated about it. I'm not even sure why you would gloat about breaking copyright law. I really don't, dude. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe as I'm uploading slightly different content than these last few. I don't want to be compared to Apollo, I hate it when people get accused of things without evidence when there is evidence to stop the accusations entirely. People just get bullied over the dumbest reasons sometimes, huh? Anyway, comment, like, subscribe, and share. See you later, guys.